Hello, and welcome to Hazard Community and Technical College's virtual open house. My name is Ella Strong, and I will be serving as today's session moderator. This session is being recorded, and I will be muting all attendees once we get started. If you're not talking, you are asked to keep your mic muted. You're also asked to keep your video off. Presenters, as you come on to do your session or your part of our session, you will need to make sure you unmute and or show your video when you begin to speak, and then unmute and unshow your video when you are done speaking. HCTC will be hosting virtual open house sessions every Thursday at noon, and during these sessions you will be presented with information about HCTC programs and services. Please feel free to ask questions in the chat during the presentations, including any questions that you may have in regards to admissions and financial aid. We will have staff from those offices available to answer any questions that you have. We will also have a question and answer session at the end of our open house session where you can ask any additional questions. You can also share your mic and webcam at that time, or you can continue using chat. This afternoon, we will also have advisors available to talk with you, or you can set up a time that's convenient to you to talk about your career goals and how to get registered for our upcoming summer or fall 2020 semesters. I briefly want to cover a couple items before we get started. If you are joining us on a desktop computer, you will see a toolbar near the center bottom of your screen when you hover over or move your mouse over the screen. These options include unmuting and muting your camera and mic. Also, you will see a ... which allows you to add or look at session options. You will also have icons for chat and participants, and that's how you would get to the chat feature or the area of our session. And then when our session is over, you will see a red phone icon, and that is how you would leave the session. If you are on a mobile or smart device, your options will look slightly different, but you will still see the similar icons. Again, near the bottom of your smart device, you should see the mute and unmute video and audio icons. You'll also see the session options and the leave session. In the upper right-hand corner, you should see the icons for chat and participants. And when you are leaving your screen idle, you'll see kind of what you see on the right-hand side here with just a little mic at the bottom of your screen. And when you touch your smart device screen, the menu options will come back up showing what you would have on the left-hand side. Now, it is my honor to introduce to you our first speaker of today's session, and that is Dr. Jennifer Linden, the president of HCTC. So let me unshare or stop sharing so she can share her screen.
Okay, I hope that everyone can see me out there in virtual land, and it's so good to see that many of our students are out there and potential students and faculty and staff as well. So we're really pleased to be able to provide these virtual open houses. So instead of seeing us out at a local business, maybe at Walmart, we are used to setting up in various places throughout the summer to talk with students. So instead of doing it that way, we are now doing it virtually. So again, it's good to see everyone. And today you will learn about many of our programs. We have a variety of quality programs at HCTC, both in-person programs and online programs. So this fall, with our fall schedule, we are offering a full variety of both in-person and online and hybrid classes, which are kind of a combination. We provide such wonderful training both ways, both in person and online. And I wanted to take a minute and just announce that we have been named, if you haven't seen it, we have been named the #8 online community and technical college in the nation. So we are so pleased to have that honor from a group called College Consensus, and they go and they do national rankings and national polls. And so they really looked at each college and the services that we're able to be provided online. And they also look at our quality course content and what we have online. So we are just really pleased to have that ranking. So I want you to know that you are in good hands with our faculty, staff, and administration here at HCTC. But like I said, you're going to learn a lot about many of our programs. You'll also hear information from our financial aid staff and admission staff as well, critical information to get you enrolled. There's no commitment today. In fact, you can join other virtual open house sessions, so just join as many as you want. We will have advisors available, though, if you would like to meet with them later today or make an appointment. And we are just really pleased to see you this way and hope to see you on campus soon. Thank you.
Okay, and today we have a program-specific virtual open house session lined up for you. And the programs that we're going to be covering in today's session include health information technology, medical information technology, medical assisting, human services, criminal justice, and interdisciplinary early childhood education. So first we have Stephanie Verne with health and medical information technologies programs.
Hello, how's everybody doing today? I'm Stephanie Byrne. I am the Health Information Technology Program Coordinator and the Medical Information Technology Program Coordinator. I'm going to be going over both of these. I have my email address there and my telephone number if anyone wants to contact me. But first, Health Information Technology. That is a selective admission program. There are some prerequisites before going into the HIT program. You need to have your Introduction to Computers class completed, all developmental type courses completed. You need Anatomy and Physiology with the lab, which would be either the Bio 135 or the Bio 137. If you have Bio 137, you must also take Bio 139 with that. You also have medical terminology. You have to take the AHS 115. When you go through the program, you'll receive an Associate of Applied Science. There are 2 additional certificates embedded into that degree. They are not standalone certificates, so you can't seek those by themselves. It is a completely online program. We do in-state tuition for all students where it's completely online. It's CAHIM accredited. What that means is once you graduate, you can seek the RHIT, which is Registered Health Information Technician credential. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at stephanie.verne, that's VERGNE @KCTCS, or you can give me a telephone call. Summer's getting ready to hit, so the easiest way would be to use the email. Medical Information Technology, it's a program that's similar to Health Information Technology. The only thing that you can't do with Medical Information Technology is you cannot sit for that RHIT national credential. So Medical Information Technology has many options. Career availability is really good for that, but there are many tracks that you can seek while you're going through that associate degree, and I'm going to talk about some of those. Some of those, again, that's open admission. That means that you do not have specific criteria needed to go into that program. You can get an Associate of Applied Science in Medical Information Technology. You have a medical administrative track, medical coding, electronic medical records, medical office management, medical transcription, and there are additional diplomas and certificates that are available. Each of the diploma and certificates builds on to the associate degree, but you can earn the diplomas and certificates alone. I highly recommend the AAS degree because it does make you more employable when you apply for jobs. The Medical Information Technology program is completely online. Again, it's in-state tuition for all students, and there are scholarships available for Medical Information Technology such as Work Ready. You can get your tuition covered under that scholarship, but you do need to be in the medical information technology program and seeking the medical information technology program in order to get that Work Ready scholarship. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm be available again by phone, by email. Again, the summer email. If you call me and I don't answer, please leave a message and I will get back to you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Our next program, and also you can chat with these program coordinators in the chat. If you're interested in that program, you could be asking questions in the chat and they will chat with you. Our next program is medical assisting, and that is Sean Neese.
Hello, this is Sean Neese, coordinator of the medical assisting program and telehealth program. My contact information is there, my email address and phone number. Also, this information is available on our website. If you go to HCTC's website and look up medical assisting or telehealth technician program, you'll find this same information there. So I want to talk a little bit about the medical assisting program and the profession and kind of what we teach and what students come out, the skills that they have when they come out. So medical assisting it's kind of like the jack of all trades especially in a physician's office. Most people have been to a physician's office, so when you go in, you see somebody at the front desk that registers the patient. They may make your appointment. They may take you back and get your health history, get your vital signs. Medical assistants are responsible for doing all these tasks. So it's part clinical kind of hands-on work and part administrative work as well. So again, in thinking about a clinic, if you go through those first few steps, a medical assistant can provide those services, as well as assist with minor surgeries, give injections. They can draw the blood. They can then take that blood back to the lab and do some basic tests on it. They can do your EKG. And on the other side, when you're finished with your visit, they can turn around and do the billing and coding to get the clinic paid. They can take care of the finances for the clinic. They can call and get pre-authorization. So they can really do just about anything in the office besides the physician or the provider's job. So having a wide variety of skills makes you very valuable to the clinic. Excuse me. So how do we get there? So obviously we have to be a student or apply to be a student at Hazard. And then the program is a selective admissions program. So we will be taking applications through June 15th, and then we'll look at our applicant pool and take the top 15. What you earn, associate in applied science and medical assisting, but a key part is the certificates that come along with it as well. So we have medical office insurance billing and coding, medical office administrative assistant, and electrocardiograph technician or EKG tech. So while you may complete these things and start out as an entry-level medical assistant, with all these credentials, our hope is that you progress into maybe a department manager or even an office manager. So during the program, we have classes that consist of lecture, lab. We have practicums and externships where you're actually, it's kind of like clinicals. You're going out into the facilities and working. So on the Lee's campus, we have opened the new medical assistant simulation lab. So it's set up like a physician's office with exam rooms and lab and skill stations. So we wanted our Hazard students to have that same thing. So we're in process of completing that for the Hazard campus as well. So the students that we accept for this fall on the Hazard campus will have the same simulation lab to work with. Don't have to have anything coming into the program, no prerequisites, no minimum ACT, no minimum GPA. We'll look at everybody and kind of give everybody a shot. So kind of like the other programs, we've got financial aid available through traditional financial aid, excuse me, the Work Ready Scholarship, HCTC has scholarships. So we try to get you through debt-free. And also the profession is one of the fastest growing job markets. I think it's 29% increase in the next 10 years. So there's already a lot of jobs available and more are just going to keep coming up. So if you have any questions, let me know. Again, my contact information is here and on the website, and I'd be happy to speak with you.
Thank you, Sean. Our next program is Human Services, and we have Mavis Clemens with us today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mavis Clemens. I'm the Human Services Coordinator here. As you can see on the slide, there is my contact information. You can email me or call my office number. My office number is being forwarded to my cell phone, so I will receive those calls. So if you have any questions at all, just give me a call or an email and I'd be happy to help you. One of the first things you may ask yourself is, what is human services? So this is basically the profession of where you want to help people. So if you want to help people in your community live a better life, then this program might be for you. So as a helper, you would assist clients with meeting their needs, whatever they were. So whether it be basic needs, social needs, community, educational, or mental health services. So those interested in this program should have good listening skills, be compassionate, be able to communicate effectively, and have problem-solving abilities. So you also, though, have the opportunity to develop those skills as well as others throughout the program. So you're going to learn about working with different populations, a diverse population, different cultures, learn how to establish rapport, and be able to use conflict resolution methods with clients. Some of the skills that we practice will be interviewing skills, active listening, goal setting with clients. You're going to learn a lot about ethical standards and how to intervene with families, and then those that suffer from substance abuse, those that are in crisis, or those that have mental health illnesses. So throughout this program, you're going to have different classes. And what I'm going to tell you about is HMS 101. It's the Human Services Survey class. In this class, you actually get to do a 15-hour service learning opportunity at an agency where you learn more about what human services is. And this is a really good class to take if you kind of don't know what you want to do. This will help you make that decision. Our program is a 2-year program. It's 60 hours. You will earn an associate in applied science and human services. And in the program, you receive a well-rounded education. You'll receive 27 hours of general education, as well as 33 hours in technical classes. All of our classes that we offer in human services are available online. But this fall semester, we're going to have 2 classes, the HMS 101 and the family class, that are going to be offered in person on Mondays, if that's what you would like to register for. This program has 4 certificates with it. You have the recovery coach, direct support worker, aging services, and psychiatric mental health technician. So those are some certificates that we offer in this program, and a lot of people have took an interest in the recovery coach option because there's a lot of job opportunities in this area for that. When you look at the job outlook, it's pretty good because it's one of the fastest growing careers in Kentucky. You can work at all kinds of different places in the community. You could work with community action programs. You could work at family resource centers, nursing homes, children's centers, mental health facilities, the health department. It's just a wide variety of agencies that actually help people. So you have a lot of opportunity to grow as a worker and to find different employment. We also work with different populations. You can work with children, adults, those that suffer from substance abuse, the elderly, those that have disabilities. So there's a wide variety of populations that you can work with. And if you are working with one population, you can change jobs to another population easily. If you want to further your education, we have transfer agreements with many 4-year universities for those that would like to receive a degree in counseling or social work. Lindsay Wilson offers the counseling degree on our campus, and UK offers the bachelor's degree on our campus. But we also have agreements with Morehead State University and with EKU. So one thing that I'd like to say is that education is the key to a better life for you and your family. So I urge you to consider education as part of your life. And I'd like to thank you for your time. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me and I will get in touch with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mavis. Our next program is the Criminal Justice Program, and for that we have Walter Smith.
Hello, my name is Walter Smith. I'm the Criminal Justice Program Coordinator at Hazard Community Technical College. We offer a very flexible program. You can complete your program completely online, or you can complete it completely in person or through a mixture of both. Recognizing students' needs, we've designed the program so that they can take it as in ways that best fits their lifestyle and what's going on in their lives. We currently, this is my contact information. If you need to contact me, please do. My email address is there along with my phone number. Email is probably the best way to contact because it's summertime and not being in the office as much. As far as the program, we offer Associate in Applied Science in actually 4 different tracks, because you can get the Criminal Justice General Associate in Applied Science, which just gives you kind of a broad overview of the criminal justice system as a whole. It's not really specialized in any one area. And the criminal justice system is very complex, very diverse, very broad. And so this just kind of gives you a broad overview of that. Law enforcement, it's a degree tailored to those that want to work in police, maybe want to be a detective or work for a federal agency or something like that. Corrections, working with people both in the community and in institutional corrections. And private security, working for a private security firm, maybe being a private investigator, those types of careers. We also have some new exciting certificate options that you can complete while you're completing your Associate Applied Science with us. Many of these are just coming online this fall. One is criminal behavior, looking at why people commit crimes. So you'll take classes like criminal psychology and serial killers and things like that, looking at the psychology behind why individuals commit crimes. If we understand why they do those things, we're in a better place to prevent them and deal with them and rehabilitate them so that they don't commit them again. Crime prevention specialist, community reentry specialist. There's a broad field right now opening up in criminal justice where prisons are starting to let out a lot of offenders. And in order to do that, you have to have good plans in place and a good understanding of what they need to be successful in the community once they're released out of the institution. This certificate option is tailored to that and providing students a broad understanding of criminal behavior, the causes of criminal behavior, how to deal with those, and how to make sure that they have a safe reentry plan once they go back into the community, so the community's safer, and so is the likelihood that the person won't recidivate. We also have a certificate option in advanced technologies in criminal justice. This focuses more on things like drone use in criminal justice applications, robotics. We do things like SWAT teams where they'll send a robot in to deal with a bomb that may be in a place or something like that. Advanced technology is looking at the way that we have embraced technology within the criminal justice field and what that looks like in the real world. Once you complete our 2-year degree with us, one of the great things about this program is we have a very strong partnership with EKU, and you can complete your 4-year degree within 4 years here at HCTC through EKU. So you go the first 2 years with us, and then you go the last 2 years with EKU on our campus. So all the classes are available in Hazard, and they also have online options for those that don't have the ability to come to class, but most of them are available through the UCM, the University Center of the Mountains, and that partnership. We also have a student organization, and this is a criminal justice student association that is not just available to HCTC students, but it's a partnership with EKU. So the students can blend, and it's more of a carryover program. Within that, there's competitions, there's opportunities for scholarships and things like that that may help you if you decide to further your education. I want to look at some of the career options, because ultimately that's your goal, is to get into the field. Some of the career options you can get with a 2-year degree through us without even going to Eastern is things like police officer, a pretrial officer, and a lot of people don't understand what a pretrial officer is. Essentially, think of a probation and parole officer before a person's convicted of a crime. So you're put in jail, your trial's coming up, they release you with certain conditions. They're the entity that makes sure that you follow those conditions and report back to the judge. Court designated worker, if you like dealing with kids, if you like trying to help children, this is a really good career path. What these individuals do is they work with youth that have been identified as having problems through the courts, and they try to keep them out of the official court system. And so they create diversion plans, make sure that they follow through with those, and try to help them before they get too involved in the criminal justice system. Youth workers, drug court case officers, we have a huge problem with drugs in our community, as most places do in America right now. These individuals work with people who are drug offenders and help them get their lives back on track. Game warden, if you like the outdoors, if you like being outside, you like nature, this is a wonderful career. We have many students that go through our program for this, and it does meet the requirements for game warden. Private investigator, detective, if you like, mysteries, if you like trying to put pieces of puzzles together and all that kind of fun stuff, detective might be a good career field for you. And we teach things like criminal investigation and crime scene reconstruction. We'll actually go through how to forensically process a crime scene and those types of things. And we'll set up mock crime scenes around campus and have you go through and process. And we've actually invited police officers from different agencies to come in and be a part of that before. So we have some fun with that as well. Hostage negotiator is one that people don't think about as much, but those people are very well trained, and this program prepares you for that, to be trained in how to de-escalate situations, how to deal with crisis, and also how to deal with life and death situations in the moment. SWAT and CERT team applications as well. Those are the active members. When you see the paramilitary combat units come in, that would be them. We also have, to help facilitate some of this on campus, a new use of force simulator, which allows us to put you in real world situations that you might find yourself in someday. So we can actually put you in a hostage situation. We can actually put you in a transport situation where somebody comes in and tries to break out the individual that you're transporting, or whatever the case may be. So we try to incorporate a lot of real world practical applications into the concepts that you're learning. So if you have any questions, if you think criminal justice might be right for you, send me an email, call me. It'll be forwarded to my number here. And if you need anything, just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. And our last program for today is Interdisciplinary Early Childhood Education with Penny Smith.
Well, hello, everyone. How are you? I hope everything's going fine during this social distancing time. I am the IECE program coordinator at Hazard Community and Technical College. IECE stands for Interdisciplinary Early Childhood Education. There are many different types of jobs you can get with the 2-year and the 4-year degree. One of the things I ask students when they call me or email me, I ask, are you interested in working with children birth through kindergarten or birth through 3rd grade? Because sometimes our program gets mixed up with the elementary education program. And so I try to make sure I understand that they do want to work with the youngest children. With this degree, the AAS degree, you can work in preschool, Head Start. In order to be kindergarten teacher or a certified preschool teacher, you would then transfer and get your 4-year degree at one of the many colleges that we have program plans with through the University Center of the Mountains. Morehead State University is currently starting some in-person classes, starting hopefully in the fall, fingers crossed. The other types of jobs are credentialed early childhood trainer in Kentucky. In order to work with people who work in the field, you must be credentialed and go through a process. There's also First Steps Early Intervention Program, opening your own child care program, director of an early childhood education program. And one of the things I wanted to touch on is the future certification will include grades 1 through 3. We have a large population of people who have their elementary background, but we have a shortage of people with the IECE. Last summer, I had 2 or 3 different county preschool coordinators call me and ask, did I have anybody coming down the pipe that's going to be graduating soon? And I tried to send that information out, but it's just a hard field, because a lot of times people think, wow, preschool, that's just playing with children. And well, it is a lot of play, but you have to understand what that play means. One of the other things I noticed was I looked at the number of students that come to me that have already received a lot of their general education classes. So for those students, they would jump right into their early childhood classes. Those classes are online. I do have in-person observation and field experience requirements. The best way to learn how to work with children is to work with children. So we had a little bit of a struggle this past semester because of the corona, and we managed to work through that. I was so proud of my students for the different creative ways that came up with working with their children. The program, again, is completely online. I do have the option of in-person for the early childhood, the first class, the 101 class, and then your very last class, your practicum class, we work together in person. It's more of a one-on-one type situation. My program has 63 credit hours total. You earn industry certificates along the way. So a lot of times you'll receive information that, graduation application, and you need to go ahead and fill those out because you earn certificates along the way. Those look good on a resume if you're applying for jobs. You can also be eligible for state and national early childhood articulation agreements. We have the National Child Development Associate, which is the CDA. The CDA, by the way, is going to be the entry-level credential, absolutely required in the future for anybody working with young children, whether it's in a Head Start, a preschool, child care, daycare. They will be considered a level 1 with the CDA, and you can get those classes right here at Hazard Community and Technical College. Classes are being offered. I offer classes spring, summer, and fall. With the 63 hours, you can take a couple of classes in the summer if you wish, and that way maybe your load will be a little lighter in the fall or in the spring. Another thing, we have a scholarship specifically for people in early childhood that also work in the field currently. Since the majority of my students that are graduating this month work in the field already. They've been hired, snapped up. Last semester, it was the same thing. I think 80% of my students were hired. And you can apply for this scholarship. It will help you if you decide to go on through with your bachelor's, but it will also help you work towards your 2-year degree, your Associate of Applied Science degree here at Hazard. Okay, another thing that I'd like to talk about is the birth through kindergarten through 3rd grade certification. It's called Power to the Profession. You might want to look it up if you have any interest in this field. It's vital to stay ahead on top of things so that you are prepared. A big part of what I do with my students is I do career advising. I want to know, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? And it's kind of funny when you have a student who's, 40 years old and you're asking them, what do you want to be when you grow up? But basically, what do you want to do? So if you know at this point that you love working with young children, then you may decide you want to go through and get your bachelor's degree. And I work with transfer. I work with the University Center of the Mountains. They're wonderful to work with. They help you with a seamless transfer, so you're not taking classes over again. That's one of my pet peeves, taking classes and then having to take them again. My contact information, I don't remember if I put it on the first slide or not, but you can call my office number. I believe my office number is still being sent to my number, and all voicemails appear to me as an email. Email is always best, though, because then I can respond to you any time of the day or night. But right now, I'm currently registering for summer and fall. My classes are filling up. I'm really, really excited about my summer. I'm offering 4 classes, and I just had to contact them to increase the capacity in 2 of them because they're already getting full. And I want to make those classes available to anybody that's interested in taking them this semester. Again, if you have any questions about the program, feel free to contact me. Feel free to send a message. I don't see any over here yet, any questions over here on the side. But I think it's important to understand that with this 2-year degree, you can easily transfer to get your 4-year degree and become a certified teacher. 83% of my class is employed. 83%. So finding a job is your top priority. You will find a job in this field. And sometimes people want in-person. That's why I have the in-person option for some of the classes. And I also have the in-person observation and field experience. Let me see here. The other good thing, if you still have general education classes to take, those are always offered in person or online. I know for me personally, being an old school person, I wouldn't probably be a successful math student if I had to take it online. But we do have some amazing professors that are able to make it easy to learn even online. But those classes are available in person or online. These classes are available at all of our campuses. We have our Hazard campus, our Tech campus, which is also in Hazard. We have our Lee's College campus, which is in Jackson. We have Leslie County Center. And I believe we still have some classes over in Knott County. I know some of the general education classes are being offered over there. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or call me. Thank you.
Thank you, Penny.
You're welcome.
Our next item on our session is a student spotlight. And we have invited Kennedy Coots, who is the Early Childhood Coordinator for Hazard Independent Schools Save the Children. And if everyone don't mind, remember to make sure you mute your screen. I'm going to unshare my screen so we can get Kennedy on here. Okay, Kennedy, you should be able to share your screen now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much. It's your turn. Go right ahead.
I'm Kennedy Coots. I'm the Early Childhood Coordinator for Hazard Independent Schools. A little bit of background about me is I am married and I have 2 little girls. One is 2 and almost 2.5, and the other one is going to be 6 months old. I graduated through HCTC with my associates in applied science through the IECE track with Miss Penny last summer. I was actually about 2 years ago around this time, I was finishing up my Child Development Associate, the CDA, like Penny talked about, and she was actually my person that did my observation, and she was very persuasive and convinced me to come back to school after being out of school for almost 3 years. And so that fall, I started classes and I finished it up pretty quickly, even working full time. Right now, I am the early childhood coordinator at Hazard Independent, but before I was the director at our preschool, Hazard Preschool Plus here at Rory G. And if it wasn't for Penny, I would not be done with anything that I've done. But a little bit about my job now is I do home visits with prenatal to age 3. We work with the parents to show them that they are their child's first and most important teacher, and show them activities and things that they can do with their child to get their development on track, and so they can be school ready. We also do a book bag exchange with 3 to 5-year-olds in our local preschool, and we have parent-child groups once a month, or we all kind of get together and have an activity, and we eat, and we just play and have fun. Obviously, right now we're doing everything virtual, but I'm blessed to still be able to have a job through everything going on, and I plan on finishing up my bachelor's degree. Me and Penny was actually talking about last night. I plan on taking some more classes through Hazard that I can take this fall, and then I'll be transferring to the University of Cumberland to finish up my bachelor's in IECE. My goal is to then do my master's, and then hopefully I would love to be able to get my doctorate in education. If anybody has any questions about the IECE program, you can message Penny and she can send you my email if she doesn't mind, and I don't care to go over anything. All the professors were so helpful as I done it, especially doing it while pregnant with a toddler and working full time, sometimes more than 40 hours a week. But I was able to get it done, and I did graduate with high distinction. I think I graduated with a 3.74, if I'm not mistaken. But I just want to highly recommend HCTC. And if you are been out of school for a couple of years, you can do it and you can go back. And I just want to thank everybody for letting me be on here today.
Thank you, Kennedy. And then we're going to end our session with hearing from Dr. Beth Pennington, Dean of Retention Services, to briefly cover HCTC's registration process.
Hello, everyone. So you've had a lot of information given to you today about some of the programs available to you as students here at HCTC. So what's the next step? Well, a few of you have already reached out and said that you would like some assistance with registration, and so I have taken the liberty of pairing you up with an advisor. Concluding today's virtual open house, your assigned advisor will be contacting you to arrange a conversation date and time convenient for you to help you complete the enrollment process. Now, if this were in a normal time period, we would ask you to come into an office to where you and your advisor would work together as a team seamlessly to build a schedule for you that is a good balance of your work, life, and educational goals. So we want you to do that now, virtually. Be sure to include conversations with your faculty advisor or your staff advisor as to what life is like for you. Are you working full-time? Are there child care needs? Are you providing care to someone in your family who may be elderly or ill? All those things factor into who you are as a student, and it is very important to us to make sure that we keep you balanced and moving forward and successful in your academic and career goals. So if you did not go ahead and say that you would like some assistance with registration, at the conclusion of the session, send a message. The chat feature in Teams allows you to send a message, and Dr. Strong will get that information to me, and I will get you some help and get you registered for either summer or for fall. Any questions you have about advising, about registration, perhaps another career path that was not focused on today, send those to me as well. I want to make sure that we get you paired up with the right program to help you achieve your goals and with the right person to make sure your schedule meets all of your needs. I want to extend a welcome to HCTC. We're thrilled you have selected us as your partner for your educational journey, and I certainly look forward to working with you in the future. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, Dr. Pennington. So now we have reached the part of our session where we have questions and answers. So does anyone on our call have any questions? You can unmute your mic and or video, or you can feel free to type those in the chat, and we'll wait a minute or so to see what type of questions we get. And don't be shy. Okay, I don't think we're going to get any questions today, but as always, we do thank you for attending our virtual house session. For any information or any additional questions that you may think of after we get off of our session here, you can contact admissions by emailing hctc-admissions@kctcs.edu or by calling 606-487-3293. Thank you for attending. Chelsea, we will get that information to you. Yes, please remember we do have someone from admissions and financial aid on the call also. If you have any questions about financial aid, you can email Phoenicia Fields at phoenicia.fields@kctcs.edu. She put her email in the chat. Again, thank you all for attending. And we will now end our session.